Hey there, I'm Patrick, aka Remarkably Average. You see the title, you know what's going on here. Let's just jump into the horrible thing that I've done. Alright, let's answer the first question that everyone's going to immediately have. How is this going to work exactly? How does one paint with Kool-Aid? Well, after tinkering for a bit, I found a few options I think I'm going to use. The first would be to straight up just mix it with water at a normal ratio. That's fine and all, it gets us essentially a watercolor. This is good and all, but I don't think it's going to give us the best finish, so this option is going to be used very sparingly in this project. The next idea I had was to basically just mix the powder very slightly with water, making a paste that will act closer to a stain. I really like this a lot better than the watercolor. It's really going to make the final product pop. But we need a rock to build our Rule 34 city upon. For that, we go to option 3. In order to actually make a painting, we're going to use some paint. No colored paint. All the color will come from the Kool-Aid powder we use. This brightly colored powder is going to work like pigment powder mixed into paint like actual painters do. Now that we know how we're actually going to go about painting, we can get into all the tools we're going to need. First, we got our Kool-Aid. Now, when I grew up, I remember there being a Kool-Aid aisle. My mom would let my siblings and I pick out a couple when we went grocery shopping, and that was a ton of fun because there were so many flavors. I don't know if the store I went to for this was just lame or what, but they literally only had tropical punch and grape. I gotta say, I didn't realize until I got home that tropical punch, despite being in a blue package, is actually red. This makes the whole thing feel a lot more genuine and hopefully will make the next thing I'm about to introduce a little bit more forgivable. Like I said, the store only had the 2 flavors of Kool-Aid, so I got these drink powders as single serves. In my mind at least, Kool-Aid is almost like a generic term for powdered drink mixes. Go ahead and tell me how this devalues the entire process. It only makes me stronger. As you'll see later, the Kool-Aid man himself is solely made out of Kool-Aid, so this is all gonna stay. Additionally, we got some generic white paint and a variety of paintbrushes. After that, we need a canvas. The real one will be much bigger, but I'm using this small one as it's the easiest one to aggressively throw into the frame for the shot. Oh, and then these are just for dramatic effect. Now that we have the how, let me introduce the what. Don't ask me for a why, I don't even know the answer to that one. After a little bit of sketching, I have 3 mock-ups I would like to present. First up, we have the iconography. I can't pronounce this word, that's what. Basically a picture made up out of words and art design like that. This one's a take on the Kool-Aid Man's traditional design, with his catchphrase being used to make up his features. This could look cool if it was done by someone who knows how to do this stuff at all. Moving on. And next we have the tasteful nude. They say art is all about vulnerability. So here we have our glass god enjoying himself at the beach, when a rambunctious little mutt forced me to break out the censor bar, his cool, clear cheeks feeling the salty beach breeze. Well, he should be spouting out, "Oh yeah!" This situation warrants a somber pleading, "Oh no!" That being said, I'm already egging on a lawsuit from the Kool-Aid people. I don't really want to throw the Coppertone Mafia in the mix. But I'll have you know one thing, that face, this face right here, this is the face of a man who will be under your bed tonight if you don't subscribe to the Weird Man's YouTube channel. That's right, nice and easy. Let's no one get hurt right now. Leave a like too and he'll stay out of your dreams. Here we go, that wasn't so hard. But he is. Moving on. Finally, we have the modern redesign. Look at his chiseled physique, his powerful cheekbones, and his empathetic chin. He stands in front of a background of modern art. His posture communicates that he is strong, but compassionate. He only wears the most fashionable of designer clothing. This is not a Kool-Aid boy. He is a Kool-Aid man. Okay, real talk. All 3 of these were meant to be a joke, but this one was unanimously the crowd favorite, so it's the one we're going with. While I think it would have made the most sense from a video's point of view for me to just do the actual original, I am so glad we went this direction. The final product is jaw-dropping. Alright, all of that out of the way, let's get to the actual painting. I mixed up the initial batch of base coats and got to work. The cross-hatch design for the background was mostly an afterthought, but who knew it would come out pretty decently? I've never really painted much before. Paint isn't a medium I'm a huge fan of. Truth be told, I think I've only really painted on canvas 2 other times in my life. The first time is this thing that lives in the background of my videos, and then a random landscape I decided to do in high school, and honestly, neither of them are really that good, so I don't really pursue it very often. So my hopes weren't super high for this, making them incredibly easy to exceed, which this did. That's right, kids, make sure everyone's expectations for you are super low, and that way you'll always exceed them. I would like to apologize, because this is where the lighting gets, as the British would say, a little bit dodgy. I don't know if that was Australian or Scottish or a really messed up version of Shrek saying donkey. I knock out his big round punch bowl head. Right now we're just working on the broad features. After that I'm gonna start shaping out his torso. It blows me away how perfect of a gray grape Kool-Aid is. I really thought the powder was gonna be a deep purple, but it's basically black. That's gonna help a ton later. Quick cut for me to make some more grape paint, and we got the body outline. Now just to put in his incredibly muscly arm. You see, this is where things begin to go downhill. For whatever reason, I decided to rush the rest of the arm and didn't wait for the body to finish drying. That results in the red paint not setting very well, and that which does being really muddled with the gray. Fingers are really hard too. This whole thing is going to require a once over. Well, a little bit later, and look, he's got a face! A hauntingly, terrifyingly gorgeous face. And oh look, the arm's better. I knew slowing down and, well, waiting for the paint to dry would work. Look at that, we're already in the home stretch. I combined the grape Kool-Aid with only a small amount of water and made this beautiful black stain. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to line this piece, but I ended up deciding, yeah, that was probably a good bet. Now these fingers are a lot more defined and this man looks built. Rather than his old, clunky incarnation that breaks through walls with sheer mass, this specimen tears through with power and finesse. You would swear I spent my teenage years on Tumblr with how well this male form came out. We'll be adding a bit more stain to this later, but otherwise this is our Kool-Aid man. All that's left is to really bring the piece together by filling in the space. I thought adding a little saying would be a good way to cap it off, but what would I put? I made the mistake of asking my internet friends, so I'd like to present the 10 ones I got that made me laugh when I put them all together.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh fuck. Have a Snickers. About to get Kool-Aid. I can be your cherry daddy. Drink me. Let me drink you. Let's drink a homeless guy. Milk.
But in the end, the winner ended up being something that encapsulates the noble spirit of this fine man. He may break walls for a living, but he is no brute, mind you. He does not do so to hurt others, he is too caring for that. So as you look into his eye, let him remind you to break walls, not hearts. And here we go, here is the final piece. Oh, wait, hold on. Look at him and feel inferior. He is and shall always be my greatest creation. I don't know if I want to have children anymore. I don't want them to have to compete with this Greek god. Anyways, if you like the video, go ahead and leave it a like. If you want to say anything, leave it to me in the comments. I'll be lurking down there. It feeds my ego. I encourage you to subscribe. You won't regret it. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go take pictures for Tinder. Say it. Say it again, you coward.
Can I get a Hoya?
Hope you realize I'm not joking. That's going as the end card.
Okay.